Well, then we fast forward to 2021, which is like 5 years later, and you get contacted again.
Right.
So what happens then?
I get a text message on my phone, and it was saying, he's like, hey, this is Diddy, this is Puff. Are you around? I had no idea he had my phone number. But I guess because of his inability to book in advance, the agency I was working for thought it was better that, I'll just give you his number and you guys just, talk amongst yourselves. So he reached back out and was saying that he had somebody new and that he wanted me to come over just to explain to her about what we call the lifestyle, right? Like inviting other people into your bedroom and exploring your sexual side. And that's all it was going to be about. So when I went over there, I didn't know who it was going to be. I just knew that he kind of wanted me to kind of like drop the knowledge on what to expect with all this and see if it piqued her interest.
Okay. And this time it was Daphne Joy.
Yes, but I didn't know it was her at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was Daphne.
All right. So describe that first meeting.
The first meeting, I met him at a hotel in, I think, South Beach. And he sat with me for a second and was just like, hey, yeah, I got a new girl. I want you to explain to her a little bit about the lifestyle. She seems very interested in it because I told her that I'm interested in it. So if you can kind of explain to her the subtle nuances, involved in the lifestyle, like that would be a big help to him. I was like, sure. So I come in, I sit down, Daphne comes out, we greet each other, and she's immediately like inquisitive. She wants to know every single thing about the lifestyle, what it's like inviting a third party into the bedroom, the type of relationship strength you need to be able to endure that, just every different angle of the lifestyle. So she was very much a willing participant, and I'd go as far to say excited for the journey, and that proved to be so because by the end of this, she was, she was saying, coordinating what you're gonna wear or what music we're gonna listen to and how we're gonna do this and that. So it was a great growth for her during that period of time.
So the first freak off with you, Diddy, and Daphne, was it pretty much the same as Cassie?
Pretty much the same in that the way that they went about the night, the scheduling of it was pretty much the same. The difference was Daphne was so much more wanting to be in the room. So me and him had a lot of time to just kick it and smoke and talk. But with Daphne, she was like right there. She wanted to smoke. She wanted to talk. We were talking about our kid. We just, we switched off, in the parent mode, all of us having kids. We talked about kids, we did all that stuff. So, and then it gradually got back into the lifestyle and what to expect and what she felt was sexy and how to incorporate that into what we were trying to build at that time.
Okay, but the same routine. Essentially, you guys would start with various types of foreplay, which would lead into penetration, and then you would pull out, bust on her, then she would bring it to Diddy?
Yeah, pretty much. Except for the last part. I had no idea she was bringing it to Diddy. So, whichever camera, but yeah, I had no idea. So, but yeah, that was the whole flow of things, yeah.
Well, Daphne ended up taking the stand, and she talked about this particular situation. And she painted it slightly differently. She said the moment the relationship soured for her and Diddy was when she was asked to participate in the first freak-off, which he called hotel nights. So after the hotel was set up, she would get dressed up in lingerie, and Diddy told her that a male escort named Dawn, who he knew, was coming. The woman, the escort poured baby oil on each other, 12 bottles at a time. They started with touching. Basically, she said that she was trying to move things along. Combs was like, no, let's slow down. But she said the initial experience performing a freak off made her happy because it was taboo, but she thought this was just one night of fun. She didn't think she'd be doing it again, but it opened up Pandora's box. She was never able to shut it. Because she said after the first freak off, 90% of their sexual experiences involved Diddy, her, and another man.
Okay.
Were you aware of this?
I was not. To my knowledge, I knew that he spoke of other people, but in those instances with us, it was only, I kind of thought I was the only person involved at that point, at least in this area. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know about the intricacies after the fact.
Okay, but you continued to meet with them dozens of times?
Right.
So by the second or third time, you realized, okay, this is Daphne Joy, aka 50 Cent's baby mother.
Right.
Did you feel any type of way about that?
I don't know that, man.
It is
I don't
what
know
it
that,
is.
man.
Right.
And, it is what it is. Like, yeah.
Well, and you guys always met in Miami,
Right, we always met in Miami.
either in hotel rooms or a couple times at Diddy's Star Island home.
Yeah, the last 2 times at his house.
Okay. And at one point, he kind of pranked you a little bit.
He did. He pranked me a little bit. It's a scary moment. So, I don't think he did it on purpose, but so he's always made the jokes that you and I would hear, right? Like, oh, he's this, Illuminati, soul to soul, like certain stuff like that. So he jokes around like that. So the last time I'm at his house, we're in his bedrooms, huge, like 2,000 square foot bedroom. Daphne's on one side, he's on the other side, and I'm kind of in the middle of the room. And he's trying to show me, because I've never been in here before, that the Alexa controls the lights and stuff. So he's like, Alexa, turn off and stumbled over his words, and all the lights went out in the room, right? So up until that point, I've known this man like 8 years at this point, right? I've complete faith that this was a heterosexual male. But because of all the jokes, when them lights went off, I got scared. I was like, oh no! Like, so I dropped down to the ground, butt down, boom, right? Just in case you never know. It's dark, I'm in a new
You ain't taking
place,
this
I'm
ass.
scared. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no sir. So I'm sitting down on the ground and I'm kind of like, I'm bugging out, but and all of a sudden I hear, and it sounds like it's coming from all around me. Hey, Don, they say I'm gay. I'm like, nigga, what? Like, I'm like, oh my God, bro. But he's joking. I didn't, after the fact, I realized he's joking. But when the lights came back on, he was like, what you doing on the floor, man? Like, I'm on the other side of the room. What you doing on the floor? I'm like, nothing. I'm just, I didn't want to trip and fall. Like, I didn't know how to explain that, I know you, but I don't really know you like that, man. So, but,
I don't know you like that.
he would make those jokes from time to time about just joking on himself and public perception and stuff. So, but, yeah.